New toys often amaze us with creative ideas, but safety checks can sometimes be missed. While some dangerous toys are now history, others became fleeting trends, were redesigned, or banned. Surprisingly, a few are still sold today. Here is a list of the most dangerous toys ever. Number 6. Sky Dancers. Sky Dancers were toys kids loved in the 1990s. These dolls had wings and could fly into the air. To make them work, you put the doll on a base, pulled a string or lever, and let go. This made the doll's wings spin fast and shoot her up. The plan was for the doll to float down in a pretty way, spinning as she fell. Kids thought this looked like magic, but these cool-looking toys turned out to be risky. The big problem was you couldn't guess where they'd go. Instead of floating down, the dolls often flew off fast in weird directions. This wild flying caused lots of kids to get hurt. The spinning wings might hit kids in the face, which led to problems like broken teeth, scratched eyes, cuts on the face, and other injuries from getting hit. The toy's unpredictable nature, along with its ability to strike kids, resulted in more than 150 injury reports. These safety issues led to a product recall in 2000, making Sky Dancers one of the most hazardous playthings of that time period. Number 5. Easy Bake Oven. The Easy Bake Oven has been a hit with kids since 1963. This toy is straightforward but captivating. It's a small oven that lets children bake tiny cakes, cookies, and other goodies using a special mix and a light bulb to heat things up. Kids love this toy oven because it gives them a chance to cook hands-on, making them feel like grown-ups in the kitchen. Why the Easy Bake Oven was dangerous. The older versions of the Easy Bake Oven were safe, but a new design in 2006 turned out to be risky. This model had a slot in the front where kids could put in and take out baking trays. The problem was in the slot's size. It was big enough for little fingers to fit through. If a child's finger got stuck, it could be trapped inside the hot oven, putting the child at risk of burns, which can cause bad burns. Many cases came up where kids got second and third degree burns. At least one child needed surgery after their hand got stuck in the oven. Number 4. Aqua Dots. Aqua Dots gained popularity as a craft toy in the mid-2000s. Kids could make designs with small, colorful beads. Water made the beads stick together, creating shapes and patterns after drying. Companies sold this toy as a fun creative activity for children. It let them build simple designs and complex 3D structures. Why Aqua Dots were dangerous. Aqua Dots posed a risk due to the beads' chemical makeup. The beads had a chemical that turns into gamma hydroxy. GHB is a strong substance often called a date rape drug. If a child ate the beads by accident, they could face serious, life-threatening symptoms. These included throwing up, having seizures, feeling very sleepy, and sometimes falling into a coma. The toy caught the eye of young kids with its vivid hues and compact design. This made them more likely to pop the beads into their mouths. In 2007, the item was pulled from shelves worldwide. This came after numerous cases of kids getting very sick, with some even falling into comas. Number 3. SnackTime Cabbage Patch Doll. The SnackTime Cabbage Patch Doll was part of the famous Cabbage Patch Kids toy line, which became hugely popular in the 1980s and 1990s. This particular version, released in the mid-1990s, was designed to be interactive and more lifelike than previous dolls. The doll could eat plastic snacks like mini carrots and fries, which would move into the doll's mouth and be chewed by a set of motorized rollers. The snacks would then disappear into the doll's backpack, simulating the process of eating. Why the SnackTime Cabbage Patch Doll was dangerous. The danger of the SnackTime Cabbage Patch Doll stemmed from its motorized mouth, which had no off switch or safety mechanism to stop the rollers once they started moving. The doll could not differentiate between the plastic snacks and other objects like a child's fingers or hair. If a child's finger or hair was caught in the doll's mouth, the motorized rollers would keep pulling it in, causing pain and potentially serious injuries. There were reports of children having their fingers stuck in the doll's mouth and their hair being pulled out. The incidence of hair and fingers getting caught in the doll prompted widespread concern. The toy was eventually pulled from the market in 1997. Number 2. CSI Fingerprint Examination Kit. The CSI Fingerprint Examination Kit was a toy based on the popular television show, CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. The kit was designed to allow children to play the role of a forensic investigator by dusting for fingerprints and analyzing them, just like the characters on the show. The kit included various tools such as dusting powder, brushes, and lifting tape, aiming to give kids a hands-on experience in solving crimes. Why the CSI Fingerprint Examination Kit was dangerous. The danger of the CSI Fingerprint Examination Kit was not immediately obvious, but was extremely serious. The fingerprint dusting powder included in the kit was found to contain tremolite, a form of asbestos. Asbestos is a highly toxic substance known to cause severe respiratory diseases, including asbestosis, lung cancer, and mesothelioma, a particularly aggressive form of cancer. Asbestos is dangerous because its fibers, when inhaled, can become lodged in the lungs and other tissues, leading to long-term health problems. Even a small amount of exposure can be harmful, particularly for children, whose bodies are more vulnerable to toxins. The presence of asbestos in a children's toy caused widespread alarm. Once the hazard was identified, the toy was quickly recalled in 2007. Number 1. Clackers. Clackers were a popular toy in the late 1960s and early 1970s. The toy consisted of two hard acrylic or plastic balls attached to the ends of a string or sturdy cord, with a small ring or handle in the middle. The idea was to hold the string by the ring and swing the balls up and down, causing them to collide and produce a loud clacking sound. The challenge was to keep the balls clacking together rhythmically without losing control. Why clackers were dangerous. The danger of clackers stemmed from both the materials used and the nature of the toy's operation. The acrylic or plastic balls were quite hard and could shatter upon impact, especially after repeated use. When they did break, they often shattered into sharp, flying shards that could cause serious injuries, particularly to the eyes and face. Due to these safety concerns, clackers were eventually taken off the market in the early 1970s. What do you think is the most dangerous toy? SHOULDNT. We be more careful when choosing toys. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and leave some love in the comments.